Hey guys, my name is System, and I have 250 hours already in Valheim. I'm totally obsessed with this game. I'd like to share my tips with you, and I'm going to do that today. If you guys have any tips you would like to share with me, any advanced tips that I can put in future videos, just add them down in the comments. It helps the channel anyway. It is much appreciated. And if you like this video, hit that like button. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, and let's get to some tips, right? Let's just hammer them out. And okay, to start us off, we're going to go ahead and set up the smallest working workstation. So all you have to do is set down a workstation, and then you set up a wall, little off center, just like that. Go ahead and pop up a roof, followed by a second roof, and this should be working. If we just go in there, there you go. We are totally working, and we can actually double this up. So we'll go ahead and grab one of these right here. Bam, pop one of those right there. That looks good. And now we should have shelter as well. Then on top of that, you can actually go one more step and actually use this as a, if we can find a little spot there, there you go, mini station to actually get rusted in the rain, be protected from the rain, and get our rusted bonus on the fly, and to get us not being wet anymore. So actually pretty awesome. After you've gone to the point of the game where you unlock both the iron and the stone cutter, you can actually come to buildings like this, these stone buildings. Go ahead and throw down a workbench and throw down a stone cutter, just like so. Then go ahead and start reclaiming the material. You can go ahead and get all the stone. If you actually just take out the base supports, just like you would with a wood building, just using the workbench, they'll actually start all crumbling. They just come along with a cart, gather it all up, and just watch the chaos happen. It's actually quite entertaining and very, very pleasant to watch. Look at that. It's all ours. It's all free stuff. Let's take it home. One of the biggest things I've learned in Valheim is whenever I'm traveling to a new location, always keep the mats on me for a workbench, first off and foremost. Then secondly, also a portal. And you want to get that portal pretty much on once you get off your ship. Make sure you have it set up to link to one back home. And then you can travel back and forth, right? So you can get back and forth. If you get in trouble, you die here, you know, you're not stranded, right? You don't lose all your stuff. You can come back and get it, right? So all that jazz. That's really good stuff. I also keep at least 6 copper on me at any time. And usually the stone, the wood, and the coal as well. A little harder with the small ship, but later on we get the bigger ship. It's much easier. That way I can just straight up make a forge. I can make a forge whenever I want, right? So I can make a forge. Of course, I'd have to cover this. I'm not going to do it right this second. But then I'd be able to repair my tools while I'm here without having to go back and forth through the portal over and over. Because otherwise, you don't have the copper. You can't bring the copper through the portal. The last thing I always do is usually break my ship. So if you actually destroy your ship, once you build yourself a little base, throw your ship components into a chest to make sure mobs don't come along and destroy your ship, because they will, because they're jerks. The first thing you should do whenever you enter a sunken crypt or a burial chamber is come to the entrance and actually set up a campfire. Doing this will allow you to remove the wet buff, or debuff, I guess, if it was raining outside, and also get rested buff again as well. And then you'll be able to heal faster, come back here and rest if you take damage, have the speeded up healing ticks and all that jazz. It'll just make your life all around easier, as well as provide a little bit of light. Also, setting them up by the torches gives you increased comfort, so that is an added bonus. But yeah, definitely a good one here. In a pinch, you can actually use rocks in the world generation as shelter. So you can see here I actually dug out a little tunnel underneath this rock, and just far enough so I could sit back here and actually make a fire, right? So I could take a fire, pop right here, sit on down, get my rested buff, get out of the rain. As long as I'm far enough in the tunnel, I'd be able to protect the fire from water as well, from the rain itself. And yeah, just get all our buff back and everything will be great in the world and you'll be able to survive. You can also find the trees in the swamp that can't be destroyed. Sometimes you can find shelter spots underneath them, so look for them if you're in dire need. One of my personal pet peeves in Valheim is people who leave their copper. There's tons of copper underneath the initial cap. So under the cap, you look down, or I guess dig down, you'll see here, there's copper all over the place. This is just a copper mine. There's copper here, there's copper there, there's copper everywhere. There's copper for days. You don't have to run and find more just copper caps, you know what I mean? You just mine this out, get a bunch of it, wall it off if you want to, grab a cart, take it back home, and get the smelting. Don't leave your copper. It drives me nuts. So my next tip here is to never throw away seeds. I will never throw away seeds in Valheim. I'll throw away wood and other things before I'll ever throw away seed. I always try to keep seeds. The reason for that is for tree farms. You need tons of wood in Valheim, tons of wood. You're going to be smelting, you're going to be building, you're going to need that wood. So what I do is keep every seed as I go, and then when I get a good pile of them, in this case it's 120 seeds, this is what I have planted here, I grab the elder power, so we'll go ahead and pop that in a second. I plant them on a hill. Usually I don't have a hill this steep, and it still works really good, so it should work really good here. But since it's on a hill, they should fall down, crash into each other, and then just do a lot of the work for you, right? They just kind of, just one smash to the other, they mash each other up, you get a lot of wood. So I'm going to pop my power, I'm probably going to do a time lapse really quick, and then we're going to see just how good it goes. So you can see it only took about 6 minutes to cut down about 120 trees, which is pretty awesome, right? It's pretty amazing. We can go around now and just cut up the logs, grab the wood, get it all gathered up, throw it in a cart, and yeah, just get that done. So this is a really effective way of farming wood, and yeah, it's definitely something everyone should do. The best use of the wood stack isn't to actually just, stack wood outside your house or anything like that. The best part of it is actually to run around as you're cutting trees and throw down the stacks when your inventory gets full. So as your inventory gets full, you throw down the wood stack, and then you come back later with a cart so you can keep moving and keep farming. That is actually hands down the best use of it. You can see here I stacked a bunch, and I would just repeat this process as I went. And there you go. You just kind of free up your inventory, especially before you have pre-built, right? So you haven't found the trader yet. You don't have a lot of inventory space. Just throw that down, come back later with the cart. Just grab the hammer here, and then you can just middle mess up with that. You don't even need a crafting table nearby. So yeah, that is hands down the best use of the wood stack. One of the absolutely best early game weapons in Valheim is this here. This is the Stagbreaker. This thing is actually pretty silly. It is an AoE weapon that does, AoE damage, right? It is mostly blunt, a little bit of pierce, only takes 5 deer trophies, and does an AoE knockback as well as damage. This thing is great in the swamp. It's great at handling the slimes. It knocks them back so they can't poison you. It handles pretty much everything. It's just a really good weapon all around. It also parries a little bit, but, it's not that great at parrying, really. Great for kiting, so you can just kite large groups, run a little bit, and then kind of swing. Sometimes you get hit once, but it doesn't matter, really, because you're going to kill massive groups of enemies pretty easily. And this thing upgrading, I think it takes bones as well. But it doesn't even matter, right? It doesn't even matter. This thing early on is just a beast all around. It's great for events, as you can plainly see. I am pretty geared for this one. But even so, I would just run around the corner and heal with my honey, like I always do anyway. And it's just a beast of weapon that doesn't get the respect it deserves. There's an upgraded version of this later in the game called the Sledgehammer, which I haven't used a lot yet. So I haven't really tried it out against the harder enemies. I will at some point, but yeah, to get that one, you have to kill elite draugrs, and once you get one of their heads, it unlocks the recipe, and it also takes some of the Ymir flesh from the trader. The best tip I can give you about ships is that they're portable, and you can move them at any time. So you can basically walk up to your ship, start hitting it, destroy it, right? Just go ahead and break it, just smash that thing. It doesn't need to exist, right? But you get all the items, right? And all these items can go through a portal. So if I want to take that through a portal now, I can just take it through a portal. Or if you're on you're traveling across the world and you want to walk from a little land bridge right across to the other side without having to sail all the way around it, just move it. Just carry it with you. Just put it in your inventory. They are very portable items in this game. You do not have to worry about the limitations of a regular boat at all whatsoever. You just go ahead and move it, pop it in the water, and just kind of move forward. Just keep on traveling like nothing happened. You can also build a channel, but who wants to do that? So I hope you guys enjoyed this first advanced tip video. I'm definitely going to do videos like this in the future. It's something I'm feeling out. I've never done it before. It's new to me. But if you have any suggestions on advanced tips that I could add to future videos, feel free to add those down in the comments. It'd be much appreciated. Also, if you, just want to see more of these videos, also just put that down in the comments as well. It helps the channel anyway. You're just helping me out. But as always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. It's much appreciated. And if you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. I want you guys all have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.